We are in the Xianwu continent at the St. Yuan demon sect under a very ominous moon. Inside, some poor dude is tied up, begging his senior sister to let him go. She is leaning over him, clearly enjoying his panic, and her answer is a hard no. Then she calls him husband and wishes him a happy wedding day. This is not a happy wedding. Her whole vibe is just pure unadulterated manipulation, asking if he'd really abandon her. But wait, plot twist, our boy's name is Zhao Mu and he is a transmigrator from another world. He realizes this woman is just some role-playing fanatic, definitely not the wife he was supposed to have. A year ago, he was a noble's son, about to marry a princess and live the good life. Right at his peak, he got snatched by demons from this very sect. Talk about bad timing. Becoming their prisoner was just the start of his nightmare, and it was about to get worse. Turns out his special pure yang constitution is the perfect power-up for her evil arts, so he has basically been reduced to a living, breathing cultivation battery for these women. Even though he is full of this energy, she is still trying to get him going. Lady, read the room. All this cultivating has brought him to the brink of death, literally coughing up his life force. He desperately pleads for his life, but she just holds his face, completely unmoved. His expression is pure fury and helplessness as she tightens her grip. And she is just gloating, telling him he should feel honored to be her victim. To squeeze out the last drops, she pulls out a solidifying yang pill to supercharge him. She is about to shove it down his throat, needing his last bit of energy for her breakthrough. She is practically choking him out, saying his death is a small price for her breakthrough. While she is demanding he do his best, Zhao Mu just laments being drained by a vixen. His bloody fist clenches with pure defiance. He is absolutely not going down like this. And right on cue, a system window pops up, sensing his will to live and offering a lifeline. This new return system promises to multiply anything he gives away up to 10,000 times. As an apology for its tardiness, the system even guarantees a max payout on the first try. Back in reality, his captor is still taunting him, completely oblivious to the cheat code activating. Suddenly, Zhao Mu's entire vibe shifts from victim to predator, promising to satisfy her now. His sudden confidence completely throws her for a loop, a first for this manipulative monster. Of course, she recovers in a heartbeat, now demanding he give her everything he has got. With his ace in the hole, Zhao Mu sees this as his one God-given chance for payback. He is taking control of his own fate, and it starts with turning the tables right now. She thinks she has finally won, whispering that the night is all his. Oh, the sweet irony. This scene cuts away as the night's cultivation session gets underway. By the next morning, Zhao Mu looks completely wrecked, like he has been through a spiritual blender. Meanwhile, she is stretching like she just had the best sleep of her life, foxtail and all. Later, she reflects that his small contribution was not bad, talk about an understatement. As she leaves, she hopes he survives so she can use him again, tossing him aside like trash. But back in the room, Zhao Mu is sporting a very sinister grin for a nearly dead guy. This system confirms he has blasted through to the 10th layer of Qi refining, the Great Circle. He knows this demon sect is full of monsters, and if they find out, his fate will be even worse. So he gets dressed, determined to use this time to secretly build up his strength. His first plan is to use his new body to do odd jobs for the senior sisters to earn spirit stones. Then he remembers he has a literal cheat system and should probably aim higher than being a glorified errand boy. This kid needs a way to get rich quick, and his old methods just will not cut it anymore. And just like that, a devious little idea starts to form in his mind. His eyes land on Wang Chan, a fellow outer disciple just trying to meditate in peace. From a rooftop, Zhao Mu recalls this guy was once kind to him and decides it is time for some repayment. This scheme is simple: give away his life savings of 200 spirit stones to trigger the system. With a flick of the wrist, he lobs the small pouch right at the back of Wang Chan's head. This poor dude is completely baffled to find a bag of spirit stones just fell out of the sky. He immediately assumes some big shot rewarded his hard work. Oh, you sweet, clueless fool. For Zhao Mu, the system confirms the gift triggered a massive 500-fold return. A literal shower of gems rains down, netting him 100,000 spirit stones in an instant. But 100,000 is already chump change to him as he vows revenge on his old tormentors. This sparks a brilliant, possibly game-breaking question: can he just re-gift the system's rewards? Back with Wang Chan, the spirit stone return starts materializing on him, and he is absolutely losing it. Down below, Wang Chan is absolutely losing his mind, convinced he's been blessed by a secret master. While the guy pledges his undying loyalty, Zhao Mu is just staring at a silent system window. Welp, so much for the infinite money glitch. The system is clearly not designed for that kind of abuse. Just as he is processing this, a voice calls out to him from a nearby building. A new woman, Lu Qi, appears, and her charming opening line is asking why he has not died yet. For a brief moment, the vixen who nearly drained him flashes a smug little smile in his mind. Back to reality, Zhao Mu quickly composes himself and offers a polite greeting to senior sister Lu. Turns out she is another outer disciple cultivating a yin art. Oh good, another potential energy vampire. He recalls she was actually nice to him when he first arrived, before the fox demon claimed him. She immediately notes his power has grown, but he just plays it off as a bit of good luck. Done with the small talk, she suddenly grabs his hand, completely catching him off guard. She then announces that since his usual tormentor is busy, he will be helping her cultivate instead. Without another word, she summons a giant flying sword and tells him to get on. He stumbles right into her, barely catching his balance on this highly unprofessional magic carpet ride. While flying, she asks if he got any benefits from the fox demon, but he plays the perfect victim. She warns him that sticking with that demon will only lead to his death, a surprisingly direct piece of advice. Then comes the pitch she is going to challenge the fox demon, and if she wins, he is asterisk her asterisk prize. He gets a little too close for her comfort, all while he is just trying to figure out her angle. Their flight takes them deep into the ominous-looking inner sanctum of the demon sect. Inside her quarters, she lays out the deal. Help her break through and she will reward him. Here we go again. Lu Chi tells him to make himself comfortable while she goes for a bath, standard pre-cultivation etiquette. But Zhao Mu is rocking that all too familiar scheming smirk. He smells another system-fueled opportunity. As she prepares to get into the tub, the scene is set for another classic energy-draining session. She sinks into the steaming water, completely unaware she is dealing with a walking cheat code. In her mind, she is all fired up, absolutely convinced she's going to achieve her breakthrough this time. Right until Zhao Mu pops up behind her asking what she must do, talk about a mood killer. He then wades right into the bath with her, arguing it is just to save time, a true efficiency expert. Taking total control, he pulls her close and announces it is time to begin, completely owning the moment. Their cultivation kicks off, and it turns out her yin art and his yang body are a ridiculously potent mix. This scene then tastefully fades to a single petal floating on the water, because of course it does. Afterwards, he is looking totally refreshed while she is completely wiped. Oh, how the turntables. He is practically gloating about how effective her technique was, forcing her to tell him to just shut up. Then she drops a total bombshell, revealing she is getting married next month. Her fiancé's name is Long Tianxiang, which immediately sends a jolt of panic through Zhao Mu. Turns out this guy is a legendary Golden Core Realm senior in the sect, a very bad person to cross. Zhao Mu instantly starts spiraling, realizing he just got involved with a major sect elder's woman. But she quickly reassures him with a wild secret. The guy's a eunuch after a cultivation accident went wrong. She then tries to spin this whole encounter as proof of her true feelings for him, a likely story. Our boy plays his part perfectly, looking all touched and emotional at her supposed confession. And with the air cleared, they lean in again, diving right back into this very complicated arrangement. And so the cultivation continues, because why let a little thing like a fiancé get in the way? Outside, someone watches their silhouettes, calling her an idiot for getting played so hard. This next morning arrives, bringing peace to the garden but not so much to the bedroom. Lu Chi is completely passed out, looking like she just ran a marathon she did not sign up for. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu is wide awake as the system confirms an 800-fold return on his efforts. His body erupts in golden energy, getting a massive upgrade to his sacred body constitution. And boom, the system announces he has just leveled up to the foundation establishment stage. Feeling his new power, he is already convinced he can take on her golden core fiancé, which is optimistic. With his power-up secured, he turns his attention back to the now unconscious Lu Chi. He then wakes her up demanding his reward because of course he does, the man has priorities. Barely conscious, she admits he is too much for her and hands over a vial of pills before collapsing. Turns out it is 10 vitality pills, a pretty generous payment for services rendered. But Zhao Mu gets that familiar glint in his eye, seeing not a reward but an investment opportunity. He figures why find a new target when he can just re-gift the pills right back to her. While she is completely out of it, he gently places one of the pills in her mouth. This system immediately confirms the gift, turning a second-grade pill into a third-grade one with a 30x return. Our boy is actually a little disappointed with a mere 30-fold multiplier. The greed is escalating quickly. Holding the other 9, he decides to keep rolling the dice, hoping for a much bigger payout. He gives her another one, and she seems to be enjoying this particular dream a whole lot. And jackpot, the system dings with a massive 3,000-fold return on the second try. While Lu Chi is still passed out, she is now glowing with the pill's potent energy. And boom, the system rewards Zhao Mu with a 7th-grade marrow cleansing pill, a massive upgrade. Our boy is just admiring his new treasure, knowing this is some seriously high-tier stuff. This pill does not just boost power, it fundamentally rewrites his cultivation talent, raising his potential ceiling. He knows his current aptitude is decent, but it is nothing compared to the real monsters in the sect. So with zero hesitation, he pops the legendary pill to supercharge his own future. This medicinal power instantly surges through him like a bolt of pure lightning, forcing him to sit down and immediately start refining this insane amount of energy. He's then completely engulfed in a pillar of golden light, leveling up in real time. Waking up, Lu Chi complains about a nasty smell and Zhao Mu just plays it cool, saying he will go wash up. In the bathroom, his hand is literally glowing with residual power as he touches the door. After a quick shower, he emerges looking like a whole new man and somehow even more shredded. Lu Chi is absolutely stunned, asking if he broke through and how her pill could possibly be that effective. Her suspicion grows as she touches him, realizing his body is way too purified for a simple breakthrough. Internally, Zhao Mu is freaking out, knowing he cannot possibly explain his cheat code. So he goes on the offensive, pinning her to the wall and blaming their cultivation for his glow-up. He then whispers that since she has not broken through yet, he clearly needs to help her again free of charge. She calls him a madman, but he is already pulling her back in, all for her benefit, of course. And just like that, Lu Chi is back to being completely drained and unconscious, mission accomplished. All dressed, Xiaomu casually tells her to take her time before peacing out, leaving her in his dust. And the system confirms his session with Lu Qi netted a tenfold return, boosting his yang energy. Outside, Xiaomu is practically floating, marveling at the power of the Foundation establishment realm. With a smug grin, he decides his next goal is a flying sword so he can finally travel in style. His first stop is the outer sect market, the perfect place to burn through some of his newfound cash. At a weapon shop, he immediately picks out a premium-looking sword in a fancy wooden box. This thing is the Starguarding Slayer, a legendary blade supposedly forged from a literal meteor. It costs a cool 30,000 spirit stones, but our boy just sees it as his next big investment opportunity. Just then, a voice calls out and Zhao Mu turns to see who is calling him pretty boy. It is a mountain of a man named Niu Tai, and he has brought his two slightly smaller mountain friends along. Zhao Mu remembers this guy as one of Chu Jioren's most persistent and frankly annoying suitors. This ox demon is also at Foundation establishment, making him the perfect punching bag to test his new power. Niu Tai gets right in his face, demanding to know if he's been seeing the fox demon again. Calmly admitting it, Zhao Mu grabs the guy's wrist, his own hand flaring with golden energy. Enraged, Niu Tai's fist starts glowing with a menacing red aura as he prepares to throw down. He swings for the fences, screaming at Zhao Mu to go to hell. But Zhao Mu blocks the haymaker with one hand, a golden barrier absorbing the entire impact effortlessly. Stopping the punch cold, he taunts the guy about seeing Sister Chu more, revealing his own new cultivation level. Niu Tai absolutely loses it, refusing to believe a fresh-faced newbie is somehow on his level. So he unleashes his ultimate move, a flurry of phantom punches meant to overwhelm his opponent. Zhao Mu just casually weaves through them, mocking his slow speed and sending the big guy into a full-blown tantrum. Internally, Zhao Mu is just basking in his new power, realizing he can easily handle this top 100 disciple. He declares the farce is over, landing a few casual energy slaps that completely stun the big guy. With his fist glowing like the sun, Zhao Mu prepares to deliver the final, ego-shattering blow. And boom, a single punch sends the ox demon flying, his face a bloody mess. Niu Tai's goons are completely losing it, wondering how this kid suddenly got so ridiculously strong. One of them tries pulling the "do you know who his family is" card, which just gives Zhao Mu an idea, so he summons that fancy sword he was eyeing, pointing it right at the loudmouth. This blade pins the goon to the wall by his shirt, a very effective way to shut someone up. Zhao Mu then announces the sword is now theirs, a medical fee for his troubles, the absolute madman. And ding, the system confirms the gift, triggering a sweet 1,000-fold return on his investment. His reward is a 5th-grade sword, but our boy is already so jaded he just calls it so-so. Leaving the goons completely dumbfounded, Zhao Mu just turns and walks away like a boss. But the two idiots decide to try a sneak attack, powering up to jump him from behind. Big mistake, Zhao Mu's eyes glow red as he promises to show them what ruthless really means. A brilliant flash of light cuts through the air, faster than they can even react. Suddenly, the goons are on their knees, disarmed and crying about a sneak attack from nowhere. A new woman appears, holding a glowing red blade and calling them out for being whiny babies. Turns out her name is Mu Jieling, and she saw the whole thing, confirming they attacked first. She stands protectively in front of Zhao Mu, who looks genuinely surprised to have an ally. Then she immediately turns on him, scolding him for being so careless in the first place. What a welcome. Mu Jieling lectures the goons, quoting some classic wisdom about finishing off your enemies completely. Completely unimpressed, they demand to know who this arrogant woman is, pulling the boss card again. With absolute dominance, she introduces herself as Mu Jieling, daring them to have a problem with it. Her name alone sends the two into a full-blown panic, realizing who they just mouthed off to. Suddenly it is all Boss Niu made us do it as they try to run, earning a swift cowards from her. With the trash gone, she immediately turns on Zhao Mu, who is completely baffled by the sudden attention, and then she is just all up in his personal space, completely ignoring the concept of boundaries. Leaning in, she asks if he forgot that people are supposed to call her name for help in the future. Then she drops a total bombshell, asking who'd be left to marry her if he died, talk about a proposal. Our boy realizes this girl has been eyeing him since he joined, but it is not for his pure yang power. Nope, she is just purely into his looks, a conclusion he reaches while she is clinging to his arm. Turns out this is Mu Jieling of the St. Yuan Demon Sect, a woman with a very dangerous reputation. And yeah, most people probably would not imagine the deadly demon sect member has this cutesy, clingy side. Declaring him her future husband, she insists he is not allowed to be in any danger on her watch. With that settled in her mind, she grabs his hand and just starts dragging him through the market. Next thing he knows, she is literally flying them both through the air, wrapped in a vibrant red aura. This completely blows his mind. Flying without a sword is a skill only core formation cultivators possess. Now he is seriously questioning her true cultivation level, realizing she is on a whole other tier. Their flight ends in a secluded, beautiful clearing, far away from the hustle of the outer sect. This spiritual energy here is absolutely off the charts, making him realize she has brought him to the sect's holy land. Mu Jieling invites him into her home, leaving Zhao Mu completely baffled about her real status. Inside is a massive library, which she casually claims is just a place she sometimes reads and sleeps. Then with a dramatic heave-ho, she just flings herself onto a nearby bed, zero subtlety. She strikes a very deliberate pose, telling him to stop staring and get over there already. our boy gets all flustered, warning her that his self-control is, let us say, limited at best. Calling him a playboy, she asks what kind of messy thoughts are occupying his head right now. Zhao Mu, trying to keep it professional, just hands over a couple of books he is holding. Turns out they're advanced manuals for sword control and mystic sword arts. She smugly explains she knew he'd want to learn after his breakthrough and little shopping spree. He then presents her with a 4th-grade flying sword, the Frost Foil, as a gift. She claims its cold energy will help suppress his evil fire, a line he greets with pure sarcasm. Mu Jieling tells him to stay and train for a few days while she handles his affairs. She's even going to get his disciple token upgraded now that he is no longer a servant. Internally, Zhao Mu is just trying to process who this incredibly resourceful girl actually is. As she leaves, she cheekily declares herself the person he is going to marry eventually. And with that bombshell dropped, the door slams shut, leaving him completely stunned. Left alone, he cannot help but smirk, admitting this girl really knows how to flirt. But he quickly shakes it off, deciding that mastering sword control is way more important. He immediately sits down to cultivate, surrounded by swirling golden texts and pure energy. After a while, he is totally exhausted, wondering why this is still so difficult after his massive talent upgrade. He realizes the marrow cleansing pill only upgraded his body, leaving his comprehension totally untouched. Now he is worried his system is useless if his brain is too slow to learn anything new. Just then, he spots a little demon goat just chilling in the room, looking very confused. And a brilliant, terrible idea hits him. If giving yang energy works, why not try giving knowledge? So he grabs the poor, unsuspecting animal, offering to cure its boredom with a little lesson. By teaching it the multiplication table, which somehow triggers a 100-fold system return for enlightenment, this system confirms his comprehension has massively increased, and Zhao Mu is absolutely thrilled it worked. He immediately starts absorbing the mental upgrade, golden scriptures swirling all around him. His eyes snap open, now glowing with a newfound sharpness and understanding. A previously impossible sword technique is now something he can comprehend in a single moment. But of course, our boy is already complaining that this boost still is not good enough for a transmigrator. At that moment, the little goat stares him down, looking surprisingly eager for round 2. Zhao Mu gets that evil grin again, deciding the goat is ready for its next subject, geometry theorems. He then teaches the poor thing calculus, getting another huge boost while the goat just cries in confusion. But the system finally cuts him off, informing him his comprehension has hit the cap for his current level. With his new genius-level intellect, he is confident he can master any book in this library. He instantly masters the Vajra Fist, his entire arm glowing with immense golden power. This little goat even tries to copy him, summoning a tiny, adorable spark of the Red Thunder art. Next, Zhao Mu masters a complex divination art, surrounded by mystical floating symbols. And then he immediately dismisses all these techniques as low-rank garbage, too crude for him now. His new plan is simple: give away the techniques he has memorized to farm even more system rewards. Just then, the little demon goat he tortured with math earlier comes back with a gift in its mouth. It offers him a bone, and Zhao Mu gives the little guy a surprisingly gentle head pat. Thanking the animal, he jokes about making soup later, which is a little messed up, dude. But a closer look reveals this is not just a bone, it is a scroll for the Chaos Kshuneming art. Our boy cannot believe his luck, realizing the goat just handed him a legendary technique. Naturally, the system immediately starts the auto-learning process for the new skill. Except this technique is way too strong, and the backlash hits him like a spiritual truck. He immediately starts coughing up blood, scaring the poor little goat half to death. Zhao Mu is furious that even with his maxed-out comprehension, he cannot handle this thing. This must be an Earth rank or even Heaven rank technique far beyond his current level. At that moment, Mu Jieling walks in to find him looking like he just lost a fight with a ghost. She instantly blames herself for pushing him too hard, while he tries to explain it is not her fault. Insisting he take a break from cultivation, she sets down a meal she brought for him. Then she goes full-on doting girlfriend, demanding he say ah so she can feed him. While she is feeding him, Zhao Mu just looks completely done with this entire situation. Since he cannot learn the technique anyway, he decides to just give the bone to her. He explains that a demon beast gave it to him, but it is way too complex for him to master. And by gifting it, the system dings with a sweet 60-fold return, all part of the plan. His prize is an upgraded version, the pure Yang Kshuneming art, a perfect fit for his cultivation. With the new scroll in hand, the system immediately starts downloading the upgraded technique into his brain. He tells the system to hold that thought, needing to deal with Mu Jieling before his big power-up. Meanwhile, Mu Jieling is examining the bone, realizing this whole situation is a little too convenient. She suddenly explodes, accusing the poor goat of stealing her technique and almost killing her future husband. Turns out the art has chaos attributes, which she explains is a terrible match for his pure yang body. Forcing it would have been a one-way ticket to a very messy, explosive death, which he just barely dodged. So it was not his brain that failed, but a fundamental incompatibility, a fact she seems very pleased about. She promises to find him special techniques later, but for now it is back to basics for our boy. Zhao Mu gets suspicious, asking what her angle is, and she is just like, "Is not it obvious?" Leaning in, she basically tells him to just give in and let her take care of everything. Her offer is simple: become her Dao companion and he will have total protection in the sect. He calls it nonsense right before a massive energy blast hits the building. Talk about bad timing. A giant pillar of violent purple light just tears through the Holy Land's tranquility. Out of nowhere, a new woman appears, blasting Zhao Mu with that same purple power. He's completely overwhelmed by her terrifying aura, wondering who this powerhouse could possibly be. But Mu Jieling steps in looking stunned and calls the attacker Master, which complicates things a bit. This Master just looks down, her expression completely unreadable and utterly unimpressed. Floating down, she sarcastically asks if she is interrupting their little good deed. Mu Jieling immediately drops the attitude and bows respectfully, insisting she would never dare. And then the Master drops the real bombshell. Mu Jieling is her disciple, destined to be the next Saintess. This Master lays into Mu Jieling for slacking on her training to flirt with some random servant. Zhao Mu immediately puts it all together. This woman is the sect's Saintess, which explains the terrifying power. All that bravado gone, Mu Jieling drops to her knees, begging her master for forgiveness. Her master offers one chance to fix this mess, summoning a very intimidating-looking sword. This deal is simple: kill Zhao Mu to sever her worldly attachments, then go into seclusion for 30 years. But Mu Jieling actually stands up for him, insisting this whole situation has nothing to do with our boy. She even claims killing him would shatter her Dao heart, making it impossible to advance, a bold excuse. This little bit of defiance does not impress the Saintess, who asks if she is being threatened, and with that she unleashes a wave of crushing purple energy on both of them. Seeing Mu Jieling in pain, Zhao Mu decides he has had enough and prepares to step in. He places a hand on her back, channeling his own golden power to help her resist. Our boy tells her to just absorb his spiritual energy, basically turning himself into a human power bank. Suddenly, the master recognizes his rare pure yang body, realizing he has awakened the red yang sacred body. With his secret out, Zhao Mu gets cocky, holding Mu Jieling while complimenting the Saintess on her sharp eye. A massive golden spirit form erupts behind him, proving he has got some serious potential after all. Of course, Mu Jieling's first thought is that she should have just tied him to her bed earlier. Priorities. Zhao Mu tries to do some damage control, telling the master his disciple is just talking nonsense. For her apprentice's sake, the Saintess agrees to spare his life, but only for now. Her new order is for him to get lost until he breaks through to the nascent soul realm. And with a final warning not to come looking for Mu Jieling, she grabs her and flies off. Left alone, Zhao Mu is sweating, realizing the Saintess could have erased him with a single thought. This near-death experience just fuels his resolve to get ridiculously strong and fast, so he heads back to the humble servant quarters, a place he has clearly outgrown by now. Back in his old room, it is finally time to get down to business and use his new loot. He is feeling pretty good about himself, having scored an Earth-rank technique and a fancy sword. Sitting down, he tells the system to begin empowerment with that pure yang art he just got. This system immediately gets to work, downloading the technique as he is bathed in golden light. Our boy is just blown away by the cultivation speed, a perfect combo of his new art and sacred body. But the system throws up a warning: the air here is too thin on spiritual energy for a premium user like him. Naturally, he just smashes the yes button to have the system absorb it from another source. That source being the massive pile of spirit stones he's been saving up for a rainy day. This entire pile just melts into pure, sparkling energy ready for consumption, and Zhao Mu goes full-on power-up mode, absorbing it all with a slightly unhinged grin. His little house glows like a beacon all night, probably tanking the local property values. By morning, the light show is over, and he has finished his all-night cram session. He then looks around to find he has burned through 70,000 spirit stones, his entire life savings gone. Still, breaking through to the third layer of foundation establishment overnight feels like a pretty good trade-off. With his wallet now completely empty, his next big quest is figuring out how to make some cash. But the moment he opens his door, a welcoming committee is already waiting for him. A trio of goons led by some guy named Hu Qiang heard he got some benefits and are here to collect a tax. This guy Hu Qiang shows up with a classic "pay me or else" smile on his face. Zhao Mu knows this dude's a local tyrant who literally beat another servant to death. One of his goons immediately starts demanding Zhao Mu's spirit stones because of course they do. So Hu Qiang goes for the kill shot, throwing a massive tiger claw punch right at him. But Zhao Mu just sidesteps it like it is nothing, calling the guy way too slow. And with a single counterpunch, he sends the bully flying back, coughing up blood. His little buddies rush in to catch their boss, looking completely panicked. Hu Qiang cannot believe it, utterly shocked that this nobody just rocked his entire world. Our boy just smirks, revealing he has already broken through to the foundation establishment realm. Realizing he is outmatched, the boss tells his goons to just jump him all at once, a bold strategy. This two lackeys power up and charge forward, ready to deliver a 3-on-1 beatdown, except Zhao Mu just dances around them, making them look like total amateurs. Meanwhile, a crowd has gathered, shocked at how fast he has leveled up and worried he is in over his head. Done playing around, he gathers some serious-looking energy in his fingertips. He then unleashes a wave of red power that just blasts the two goons away. Not one to take a hint, Hu Qiang goes full beast mode, turning into a tiger man. This big cat man leaps through the air, roaring that he is sending Zhao Mu to hell. Zhao Mu just gives him a killer grin, totally unimpressed by the final form. A single finger blast of red energy shoots the guy right out of the sky, and he lands right on top of his own minion for that extra bit of humiliation. Hu Qiang, completely wrecked, still manages to threaten Zhao Mu with some classic "just you wait" villain talk. With his foot planted firmly on the bully's head, Xiaomu just stands there looking like a total boss. He coldly tells the Tiger Man to shut his mouth, radiating some seriously intimidating energy. Suddenly, the crowd of servants erupts in cheers, hailing him as their new local hero. Xiaomu then magically yoinks the bully's pouch of stolen goods, time to collect the loot. His next move is to announce he is returning all the stolen spirit stones to the people. And with a grand gesture, he makes it rain shiny spirit stones for everyone. What a showman. This other servants are losing their minds, bowing down and praising their new benefactor. Of course, the system rewards this charity with a 1,000-fold return, making him instantly rich again. Next on his agenda, he finds a guy who helped him out and offers him a chi refining pill. This dude, Wang Chan, freaks out, insisting the gift is way too precious for him to accept. Xiaomu just tells him to cut the crap and shoves the pill right into his mouth. Problem solved. Gifting that pill triggers another system reward, upgrading it to a foundation establishment pill for himself. His friend warns him that Hu Qiang has powerful friends, so he needs to find a backer in the outer sect. With a smug look, Xiaomu confirms that is exactly what he was planning to do next. So he heads straight for the outer sect management hall to make his next move. Inside, he finds a massive flaming cauldron that looks way too important for a servant's area. There he meets the outer sect manager, Jiang Dingkun, who looks thoroughly unimpressed with life. Xiaomu puts on his best polite face and greets the manager with a respectful bow. This manager just gives him a silent, judging side-eye, clearly not buying the act for a second. This manager, Jiang Dingkun, just flicks his finger, causing the cauldron's flames to erupt violently. This little power move immediately backfires, making the entire pot explode right in his face. Coughing his way out of the smoke, the manager looks absolutely furious about his little mishap. And of course, he immediately points the finger at Zhao Mu, blaming him for the whole mess. Zhao Mu knows this is a total setup, realizing the guy intentionally ruined the pill to pick a fight. Instead of backing down, our boy tells the manager to calm down, which is a bold move. He then offers a bribe of 50,000 spirit stones, causing the manager to do a literal spit take. Suddenly, all that anger vanishes, replaced by a super friendly smile as he offers to help his little brother. With a smirk, Zhao Mu asks who exactly is trying to stop him from becoming an outer disciple. This manager claims he is a man of honor who just solves problems for cash, not a common snitch. So Zhao Mu summons a whole cloud of money bags, asking if this is enough to buy some information. Looking very convinced, the manager quietly tells him to come closer for a more private discussion. He then uses a few pebbles to secretly spell out the name of the person who paid him off. It turns out to be a woman named Chu Jiaoran, and Zhao Mu seems to recognize the name. This woman is apparently a big deal in the outer sect, with spies and influence everywhere. Zhao Mu thanks the manager for the reminder, and the guy just plays dumb, acting like nothing happened. With his promotion processed and a new enemy on his list, Zhao Mu takes off on his sword. His next plan is to find an ally named Lu Qi and lay low at her place for a while, so he zips across the sect, heading towards a different residential area to find her. But as he arrives, he sees two strange men walking out of Lu Qi's room, which is never a good sign. Meanwhile, a sect elder and some high-ranking disciple named Long Tianxiang are taking a little stroll. This old man is all smiles, eager to set up a marriage between this guy and his granddaughter, and Long Tianxiang is just oozing confidence, promising to marry her after he wins some competition. Watching from the rooftops, Zhao Mu immediately dubs the guy Cuckold Long, no respect whatsoever. Our boy then makes a grand, glowing entrance at his ally Lu Qi's residence. Lu Qi is, very pleased to see her favorite junior brother show up at her door. He asks if her fiancé dropped by and she immediately tells him to never speak that name again. She then promptly sits on his lap, getting straight to the point about why he is visiting. Zhao Mu explains that his new nemesis, Chu Jiaoran, is the one blocking his promotion. Hearing this, Lu Qi gets fired up, revealing she just hit core formation and is ready for a fight. But she quickly switches back to flirty mode, thanking him for helping her level up so fast. He tries to warn her about his red yang power, but she just tells him to bring it on. Next thing he knows, she is asking for some one-on-one cultivation assistance, a time-honored tradition. This camera politely pans away to a silhouette because this is a family-friendly recap. We get a tasteful shot of some fallen flower petals on the ground, you know what that means. Afterwards, Lu Qi is completely wiped out, looking like she just ran a marathon. Zhao Mu, however, is just stretching, complaining that his system rewards were kinda pathetic this time. This system basically tells him he's been farming the same boss too often and the loot drops are nerfed. He immediately realizes that overinvesting in one person leads to diminishing returns, a true strategist. And his brilliant solution is to diversify his assets by finding more senior sisters to help. With his new cash and a new enemy, Zhao Mu decides to focus on what matters, getting stronger. His system happily obliges, pushing him straight through to the fourth layer of foundation establishment. But the foundation establishment pill he just got is already completely drained, and he is not even at the fifth layer. He realizes his sacred body is basically a luxury car with terrible gas mileage, constantly needing more fuel. Just then, a shadow flickers outside his window and his senses go on high alert. He slides the window open to check out the disturbance, probably expecting another goon, but instead finds himself nose-to-nose with the Saintess, who is just casually spying on him. Our boy is immediately flustered, stammering out her title like he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. She tells him to call her Zixuan, looking down on him while wearing an outfit that is definitely not sect regulation. Trying to play it cool, Zhao Mu asks what brings the esteemed lady to his humble room. This Saintess just gives him a long, evaluating stare, making the whole situation 10 times more awkward. Then she just pokes him right in the stomach because personal space is for the weak. She gets straight to the point, demanding his pure yang power to help her cultivate. In a moment of sheer audacity, he actually slaps her hand away from him. He tries to argue that her fancy techniques should not need a boost from a guy like him. Zixuan is having none of it, unleashing a terrifying purple aura and calling him a good brat. This sheer spiritual pressure pins Zhao Mu to the bed, leaving him totally helpless. She tells him to cut the crap and just give her a simple yes or no, no more negotiating. Defeated, he agrees, while internally vowing to trample this woman under his feet one day. Then he gets creepy, asking what positions she prefers for the harvesting, which actually makes her blush. Zhao Mu's creepy comment totally lands, making the all-powerful Saintess blush bright red. Trying to regain her composure, Zixuan tells him to shut his mouth and opens a massive purple portal. This swirling vortex of energy just completely takes over the room, ready to whisk them away, and it drops them off at her super-secret, ultra-fancy cave hideout inside a giant tree. She immediately tells him to keep up, already walking off like she owns the place, which she does. In her secluded abode, she explains this is where they can cultivate without any interruptions. So naturally, Zhao Mu starts taking his pants off, claiming he is just cooperating with the process. A very flustered Zixuan tells him to stop, insisting she has her own, less naked arrangements planned. Our boy just poses, smugly noting she likes to be in charge before trying to lecture her on efficiency. That little speech gets cut short when a strip of cloth flies out and gags him mid-sentence. Now completely tied up and dangling, she tells him to close his eyes and mouth and just do his job. With a menacing look and surrounded by flower petals, she seems ready to begin the harvesting. After a quick commercial break for the publisher, the real fun is about to begin. Her first move is to just unceremoniously dump him into a pool of water. Standing over him, she orders him to wash up, and he has no choice but to meekly obey. Once he is out and robed, he tries to comment on the situation but gets instantly shut down again. Then she just yeets him through the air with her purple magic, because why not? He gets slammed against a wall, screaming as his own red energy flares up in response. Pinned down and totally helpless, he realizes the Saintess is way out of his league and he cannot fight back. But the harvesting takes a weird turn as some kind of tongue thing licks his face, leaving him utterly confused. But instead of the Saintess, he finds two cat girls waiting for him, and Leal and Yuan. They immediately swarm a very confused Zhao Mu, asking if they are not pretty enough for him. These two spirits explain their only job is to collect his red yang power, so he should just cooperate. Our boy is internally raging that she sent tools to do her job, feeling completely looked down on. So with a sudden move, he grabs one of the girls, who looks totally shocked by the reversal. Pinning her down, he announces it is time to show them his true strength, because his ego is bruised. Her sister tries to pull him off, yelling at the bastard to go easier on her. Now the girl is panicking, begging him to stop as he is clearly not holding back at all. And we get another tasteful cutaway to some cherry blossoms, because of course we do. Meanwhile, the Saintess watches from her throne, looking bored and wondering how long this will take. Afterwards, the cat girls are completely drained while Zhao Mu is just relaxing in the pool, looking great. He realizes this hot spring actually enhances his red yang power, making him feel totally energized. This two exhausted girls stumble away, calling him a bastard as he just watches them go. Kneeling before their master, they apologize for failing, explaining his power was just too tyrannical. A blushing Zixuan tells them it was not their fault, admitting she was watching the whole time. She then dismisses them, telling them to leave the red yang liquid behind to heal themselves. With a deep bow, the two cat girls obediently take their leave from the chamber. Now alone with Zhao Mu, the Saintess rises from her throne and approaches him. He smugly asks how his performance was, and she just gives him a flat "it was so-so." Then she tosses him a pouch of something, calling it his reward for all his hard work. He's bragging about 10 million spirit stones and 4 top-grade pills. What a haul. He is super pleased with the Saintess's generosity, calling her truly generous. This Saintess calls him out for dazing around, asking why he is still there. Zhao Mu suggests dual cultivation for better red yang power absorption. Smooth. This Saintess looks flustered, just managing to say you. She yells at him to get out, not wanting to see him, but he is confused. A massive purple energy vortex opens up in the room, ready to transport them. Zhao Mu sits in the room, surrounded by dark purple energy, looking a bit stunned. He is back with Lu Qi, commenting on the Saintess's unfathomable methods. His system confirms he gave a lot of red yang power to Zixuan, improving his sacred body. Zhao Mu sits in meditation, enveloped in a powerful golden aura, looking intense. He is pleased, realizing changing people really does yield more system rewards. He plans to use the Saintess, needing his power to gain a foothold in the sect. A close-up of the Saintess's lips and a golden bowl, hinting at something. She is holding the bowl, hoping the brat's red yang liquid will not disappoint her. This cat girls are shown in a suggestive pose, with the Saintess looking on with a smirk. This Saintess makes a strained expression, possibly from the harvesting process. She is radiating power, dismissing him as a mere furnace that cannot affect her cultivation. This cat girls wonder if the brat's red yang liquid has side effects on the Saintess. This next day, a serene courtyard is shown, hinting at a return to normalcy. This Saintess wakes up, stretching with a massive yawn, clearly not ready for the day. She glances over at Zhao Mu, who is meditating, radiating a golden aura, looking all intense. This Saintess approaches Zhao Mu, complimenting his diligence and claiming she felt inspiration for a breakthrough. She then asks if he will challenge the climbing heaven road with her, getting all flirty. They enter a massive purple portal, leading to the ancient secret realm of the St. Yuan demon sect. This realm has 12 layers, with the top 100 outer sect disciples qualifying for the third layer. But beware, because starting from the third layer, great demons will appear, and it is core formation level. Chu Jioran is ranked 9th on the outer sect pride rank, and she can persist for one stick of incense on the 4th layer. Zhao Mu tells his senior sister she does not have to go this far for him, but she says it helps herself too. This female cultivator Chu Jioran is considered the most potential, but she wants to see if humans or demons are superior. She notes that the St. Yuan demon sect treats humans and demons equally, but struggles and rivalries still exist. Zhao Mu declares he is an outer disciple now, so it is convenient they can go together. A massive purple energy vortex opens, ready to transport them into the next challenge. Some disciples complain about the monsters on the third layer, finding them terrifying. Senior brother Niu is formidable, and they wonder how he got so strong so quickly. Niu Tai, ranked 79th, boasts it is his talent and hard work that made him strong. A woman with red hair and fox ears appears, reminding Niu Tai who helped him improve. She orders him to hurry up and complete the task she gave him, sounding quite demanding. Niu Tai excitedly agrees, ready to fulfill his mission with all his might. Zhao Mu and his senior sister arrive, facing off against Niu Tai, who looks ready for a fight. Niu Tai immediately starts trash-talking, calling Zhao Mu a pretty boy who sponges off women. This guy gets absolutely furious when reminded that this same pretty boy already beat him once. Zhao Mu just dismisses him as a sore loser, which only makes the big guy angrier. So Niu Tai throws a tantrum, smashing the ground and flaring his angry red aura. He lunges straight for them, clearly trying to start a fight right then and there. But Zhao Mu casually deflects the attack with some fancy golden trinket, not even breaking a sweat. This whole mess immediately escalates into an official sparring challenge inside a big red bubble. His fox-eared benefactor tells him not to accept, but our boy just smirks, totally unfazed. In fact, Zhao Mu thinks just sparring is boring and suggests they put a wager on it. Niu Tai agrees, offering up his fancy flying sword if he happens to lose. Not to be outdone, Zhao Mu puts his entire storage ring on the line, a much bigger prize. And with that, the challenge is on, both of them giving each other the classic death stare. Word spreads fast, and a crowd gathers to watch the fight between Niu Tai and the new guy. This peanut gallery is already gossiping about Zhao Mu's reputation for servicing female cultivators. That red-headed fox lady shows up, confirming it is the same absent-minded kid she was thinking about. She gives Chu Jioran a smug look, thinking this whole situation is actually a good thing for her plans. Then she gets super creepy, talking about crushing birds that try to fly away, definitely about Zhao Mu. She orders Niu Tai to go all out, life or death, and he eagerly promises not to fail her. This big guy transforms, bulking up and unleashing a massive wave of power. Seeing this, Zhao Mu's senior sister screams for him to watch out, looking totally terrified. The lead pushes forward as the conflict keeps escalating. Tension builds as the stakes grow higher. The moment shifts and the balance tips. Something changes in the air between them. The scene holds, then moves on. Conflict simmers beneath the surface. He holds his ground as the situation unfolds. She takes a step and the dynamic shifts. The next beat of the story lands. The pressure rises as the dangerous clash keeps escalating. The lead pushes forward as the conflict keeps escalating. Tension builds as the stakes grow higher. The moment shifts and the balance tips. Something changes in the air between them. The scene holds, then moves on. Conflict simmers beneath the surface. He holds his ground as the situation unfolds. She takes a step and the dynamic shifts. The next beat of the story lands. The pressure rises as the dangerous clash keeps escalating. This crowd is freaking out, unable to even track Niu Tai's movements with his new power-up. Zhao Mu, however, just smirks, effortlessly dodging the attack like it is a gentle breeze. A red slash tears through his sleeve, barely grazing his arm. He is actually surprised, realizing just the wind pressure from the miss was enough to cut him. Meanwhile, Niu Tai faceplants into the arena floor after his big, dramatic lunge. That impact literally shakes the entire building, which is a bit much for a missed punch. Onlookers are stunned, saying this power is way beyond his cultivation level. Niu Tai gets up, looking more annoyed than anything, like this is just a minor inconvenience. Glaring at Zhao Mu, he vows that he will not let him get away this time. Our boy just patronizingly compliments his strength, which is the ultimate insult, really. Then Zhao Mu cracks his knuckles, a golden aura flaring as he says, but. He meets the next charge head-on, a blur of gold against Niu Tai's red rage. His fist glows with an insane amount of power, ready to end this. And that golden fist connects right with Niu Tai's jaw, a beautiful sight. This big guy gets absolutely launched across the arena, completely airborne. Crashing into the ground, he creates a huge crater as everyone just watches in shock. His red-headed benefactor is completely floored, her jaw on the floor, wondering how this happened. She cannot believe he one-shotted Niu Tai even after his big demon transformation. Zhao Mu just stands there looking cool while she questions the true power of his constitution, and his senior sister runs over, totally starstruck and proud of her boy. This senior sister admits she did not misjudge Zhao Mu while he notes the onlookers. This red-haired woman calls the defeated Niu Tai useless trash. She orders her subordinates to carry the defeated Niu Tai away. One of Niu Tai's men stops them, demanding to know what they want. They remind the red-haired woman that Niu Tai was already beaten, questioning her motives. Zhao Mu, ever the reasonable one, offers 10,000 spirit stones. This dark-robed figure collects the fallen Niu Tai's essence, calling it medical expenses. Zhao Mu's arrogance in humiliating Niu Tai is noted, but his looks are also complimented. This system confirms a 100-fold return on the spirit stones, netting 1,000,000. This red-haired woman, radiating power, declares things are good, good, good. She tells Zhao Mu she has taken a fancy to him, and this concubine likes him more. She promises him everything he desires if he returns to her side. Zhao Mu faces off against the red-haired woman, a clash of red and purple energy. This red-haired woman declares Zhao Mu is not worthy. Enraged, she unleashes her full power, demanding to know what he said. This senior sister steps between Zhao Mu and the red-haired woman, a blue aura surrounding her. She fiercely defends Zhao Mu, stating he is not just cargo to be discarded. This senior sister vows to challenge the climbing heaven road and then defeat the red-haired woman. She promises to exact full revenge for the harm caused to Zhao Mu. Zhao Mu compliments his senior sister's actions, who dismisses it as him knowing his place. With the drama behind them, Zhao Mu and his senior sister step into the portal for their challenge. Meanwhile, the fox-eared lady Lu Qi is absolutely losing it, screaming at her minions. She vows that Zhao Mu and his new friend are going to pay for humiliating her. And the peanut gallery helpfully explains she is the granddaughter of an elder, a big deal around here. Another guy, Niu Ao, just looks on as they gossip about two top beauties fighting over our boy. Elsewhere at the 9-Dragon-Head Mound, a completely different scene is unfolding. A new cultivator meditates under a massive purple sword, radiating some serious do-not-talk-to-me energy. His eyes snap open, full of intense focus and power. With a single slash, he effortlessly carves up a giant boulder just for practice. Standing up, he looks completely unimpressed with his own display of power. In fact, he calls his own incredible feat just so-so, the ultimate cultivator flex. Just then, Niu Ao runs up, interrupting his quiet time to report to senior brother Long. He spills all the tea about Lu Qi being jealous over some pretty boy getting close to Chu Jioran. For some reason, senior brother Long calls this trivial while summoning a bunch of very angry-looking swords. Those swords immediately fly at Niu Ao, who looks like he is about to have a very bad day. This poor guy immediately starts bowing and scraping, promising to leave right now. But senior brother Long tells him to wait, clearly not finished with him yet. Niu Ao turns around, practically trembling, asking what other orders he has. For his troubles, he gets blasted across the landscape by a powerful attack. He hits the ground, totally confused as to why his boss just decked him for delivering the news. Senior brother Long casually tells Niu Ao to stop struggling and just look at his chest. Niu Ao looks down to find a glowing golden sword literally embedded in his pecs, a surprise gift. This, his boss explains, is a little something called condensed sword intent. He then gives a classic villain monologue about ignorant ants who need to be taught a lesson. With that, he orders Niu Ao to go get rid of the pretty boy causing all this trouble. Niu Ao, now juiced up on sword power, grins and thanks his boss for the killer upgrade. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu and his senior sister arrive at the climbing heaven road for their trial. She explains the rules of the challenge, noting they will be separated once they start. He calls out to her, looking a little concerned, but she just stands there stoically. Then she just grabs him for a surprise kiss, well, that escalated quickly. After that little moment, she tells him to be careful and heads into the challenge alone. Our boy just smirks, thinking she is the one who really needs to watch her back. With his confidence at an all-time high, he steps forward into the misty trial grounds. Almost immediately, a giant shadowy beast with glowing red eyes materializes out of the fog. This first opponent is a giant, demonic-looking rooster, not exactly the dragon I was expecting. Next up is a hulking wolfman beast, looking like he skipped leg day for more fangs. A third creature joins the party, some kind of grumpy toad dragon with a serious attitude problem. All three beasts immediately surround him, closing in for the kill from every direction. Zhao Mu does not even hesitate, delivering a swift kick that sends the wolf monster flying. He is actually shocked, realizing these are Foundation establishment beasts on the very first floor. This hedgehog beast curls into a spiky cannonball, launching a devastating attack. But Zhao Mu just splits into 3 clones, easily dodging the incoming spike storm. With a wicked grin, he declares it is finally his turn to hit back. A single golden punch flies out, making all 3 monsters collectively lose their minds, and the entire welcome committee gets blasted into a single, pathetic pile of failure. Zhao Mu stands over them, completely unimpressed, calling the whole fight way too easy. For clearing the first floor, he gets to pick one of 3 shiny rewards. He eyes a combat manual, noting it is the perfect technique for his special body constitution. Grabbing the book, he makes his choice with all the drama of a dating show finale. He then proceeds to learn the entire technique right there on the spot, because why wait? His hand starts glowing with fiery red energy as he masters the burning flame palm. One test punch later, and a giant rock wall is completely obliterated, seems to work. Feeling pretty good about himself, he strolls up the magic stairs to the next floor. Meanwhile, on the 3rd layer of the challenge, things are also heating up. His senior sister Chu Jioran is effortlessly carving her way through some demonic beast. After clearing her level, she also gets to choose from a set of rewards. Outside, the crowd watches the leaderboard, gossiping about Lu Qi climbing the ranks. Suddenly, a brand new name flashes onto the board. It is Zhao Mu. Onlookers are stunned he made the top 1,000 just by clearing floor 1 so fast. Elsewhere, the red-haired woman seethes with jealousy, convinced they are getting strong by dual cultivating. A new pretty boy with fabulous blue hair makes a dramatic, sparkly entrance. This crowd immediately identifies him as Nalan Chuan, the top outer sect disciple. Some jealous haters immediately start trash-talking him for being a poser who relies on his bloodline. Of course, he is standing right behind them with a smug grin, ready to teach a lesson. His arm suddenly transforms, revealing some gnarly dragon scales, so much for just being a pretty face. With a blur of motion, he absolutely demolishes the two gossipers for their loose lips. He then strikes a pose, declaring how much he despises people who talk behind his back. Lu Chi, the red-haired woman from before, is there, and Nalan Chuan immediately confronts her. This guy is pure chaos, announcing he came specifically to mock her about Zhao Mu leaving her. Predictably, she goes full Super Saiyan, erupting in a purple aura and threatening to kill him. He just laughs it off, taunting her for getting so worked up over his little jab. Her attack is stopped dead as he effortlessly catches her wrist, a total power move. But their little spat is interrupted by Niu Ao, who shows up looking like a demon-powered bouncer. This peanut gallery helpfully explains he is a top-ranked expert, so this is a big deal. Lu Chi questions if he is here for revenge, warning him about who Zhao Mu is with now. He could not care less, flexing the golden sword power his boss gave him as his new authority. Meanwhile, Nalan Chuan is just loving the drama, thrilled he gets a front-row seat. He is especially intrigued by a rookie disciple facing off against a peak-level master. This new trio of troublemakers turns their attention to the climbing Heaven Road leaderboard. And what do they see? Zhao Mu has already rocketed into the top 200, stunning everyone. On the second layer of the climbing Heaven Road, Zhao Mu finds the next portal waiting, and immediately gets to test his new burning flame palm on a giant angry fire ape. After winning, he dismisses the new rewards, calling pills and sabers basically jelly beans. So he dramatically picks his next prize like it is the final rose ceremony, which turns out to be a shiny new flying sword, the white jade glow. He then decides this brand new sword is total junk and he needs to find a way to give it away. Reaching the next gate, our boy stops dead in his tracks, clearly not liking what he sees, because an entire welcoming committee of demonic beasts is waiting for him. He finally gets why most people tap out here, powering up with some serious golden energy. Deciding that even if he fails, he is gonna find out just how strong he really is. These monsters are completely stunned by his speed, not expecting this level of aggression. So he dives right in, ready to deliver another face full of burning flame palm, smashing into the ground with an explosive shockwave that rocks the entire floor. He lands and calls the fight over, which is a classic way to get jumped from behind. And right on cue, a gator beast tries to eat his leg, earning a golden boot to the face. This impact sends a wave of pure power right through the monster's jaw, leaving it absolutely wrecked and wondering what just happened to its dental plan. Zhao Mu sits down, barely scratched, and credits his ridiculously op body constitution, but his break is cut short by a flying bat thing diving in for a cheap shot, and he is right back in the fight, surrounded by even more monsters than before. Zhao Mu stands over the pile of defeated monsters, casually calling the fight not bad. He then faces an even bigger welcoming committee, betting his invincible body can tank it all. So he unleashes a storm of fiery vortexes, a brand new level of overkill for the occasion. This attack coalesces into a massive flaming beast ready to incinerate the entire floor. And it works. He is actually surprised he pulled off such a huge move, standing in the fiery aftermath. A green aura then flares up around him, kicking his healing factor into overdrive. Thanks to his special constitution, his recovery is just as ridiculously broken as his offense. Feeling unstoppable, he decides it is time to take a crack at the 4th floor immediately. But first, it is prize time again, and he thoughtfully considers his 3 shiny new options. He remembers a key rule: any pills or treasures won here cannot actually be used inside the trial. So he picks the only logical choice for an immediate power-up, a brand new cultivation manual. Since there is no time limit, he just plops down to master it on the spot, Efficiency King. Meanwhile, outside, the crowd is absolutely losing it, convinced the leaderboard has to be bugged, because Zhao Mu's name just rocketed up to 13th place, shattering everyone's expectations. They cannot believe he cleared 3 floors in 15 minutes, a speed even top masters cannot match. Lu Chi is just fuming, wondering what insane cheat he found to get this strong so fast. A new beefy horned dude scoffs at the hype, unimpressed by some outer sect nobody. He then declares the entire outer sect is just a bunch of worthless trash. Bold words, buddy. Their trash talk gets cut short as a portal opens and another senior sister Lu emerges. This new arrival just snagged 9th place, knocking Chu Jioran down to 10th. The rivalries are stacking up. This crowd congratulates the new senior sister Lu for her high rank, while Lu Chi just seethes in the background. This new rival then throws some epic shade, saying she is just happy to be ranked higher than a certain vixen. In response, Lu Chi gets real close with Niu Ao, taunting that he is here to deal with Zhao Mu. Senior sister Lu realizes Niu Ao is here for revenge on his cousin's behalf, meaning Zhao Mu is in huge trouble. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu is completely oblivious, just sitting down to master the new lightning manual he picked up. His eyes glow with purple energy as he absorbs the entire technique in what feels like 5 minutes. With a shout, he unleashes the purple lightning entanglement, a vortex of raw electric power. This attack tears through the rocky terrain, showing off its destructive potential. He then pats himself on the back for his powerful comprehension, because of course he is a genius. After analyzing the move's huge range, he decides it is perfect for wiping out mobs of enemies. Feeling fully rested and newly supercharged, our boy declares he is ready for the next level. He then approaches the portal to the 4th floor, wondering what fresh hell awaits him. This answer appears to be a giant, drooling demonic wolf panther with way too many teeth. This new monster is enormous, looming over him from a cliff with a literal flaming tail. For the first time, Zhao Mu looks genuinely stressed, admitting the pressure from this thing is immense. As the beast lunges, he prepares his burning flame palm, ready to give it everything he has got. But the monster is way too fast, slashing his chest open before he can even react. Despite the wound, he manages to launch a counterattack with his fiery palm technique. A massive wave of fire blasts forward, aimed squarely at the demonic beast. And the creature just dodges it effortlessly, leaving Zhao Mu stunned that he is too slow to even hit it. Zhao Mu unleashes his purple lightning entanglement, betting it can stop the beast cold. With the monster zapped midair, he smirks, convinced he has finally caught it. He then throws his strongest strike, the burning flame palm, right at the paralyzed target. But this demon panther just casually changes direction midair, dodging the whole attack. It turns out the fire was a feint, the lightning was the real trap, and he is sure it cannot be dodged. Except the beast is just too fast, landing gracefully as the lightning completely whiffs. Before he can even process that, a claw tears straight through his chest. He collapses to his knees, clutching the fatal wound as the beast zips past him. Believing it is over, he actually concedes defeat to the monster, which is a new low. Suddenly, a system window pops up, announcing his feeding triggered a 10,000-fold return. A golden light explodes from his body as his arm bulks up with some serious divine power. He is now surrounded by a fiery aura, having just unlocked the human emperor bloodline. Zhao Mu stares in disbelief at the system prompt, confirming his ridiculously OP new heritage. This system then treats him to a history lesson about ancient races battling for dominance. This lore dump includes some classic fantasy creatures like a nine-tailed fox and a giant toad. It explains how the human race was once on the verge of extinction, hunted by demons. But in their darkest hour, a few legendary human heroes rose up to defend everyone. One of these ancient badasses is shown single-handedly taking on a horde of monsters. They push their bodies to the limit, becoming strong enough to punch out giant eyeballs. Back in the present, Zhao Mu flexes his new golden arm, vowing to become just as strong. With his new human emperor bloodline flaring, Zhao Mu is basically a walking sun. This once terrifying demon panther is now just a smudge on the horizon. Our boy smirks, asking the cowering beast if it still wants to play ice cold. All that ferocity is gone, replaced by some very pathetic whimpering noises. In a last-ditch effort, the monster goes full werewolf for one final, desperate lunge. But with his power boost, the attack looks like it is happening in slow motion. He casually sidesteps the charge, making the beast look like a total amateur. Then he prepares a little finger flick of doom with his new golden power. And with one clean strike, he literally splits the monster right down the middle. Standing over the remains, he just dusts off his hands, problem solved. For clearing the floor, he gets the usual choice: a pill, a spear, or a new manual. Deciding he will just give it away later, he casually points at a random pill. He then glances off into the distance, guessing the crowd outside is probably losing its mind. And he is right, some guy is screaming for everyone to look at the leaderboard again, because Zhao Mu's name is now officially in first place for the entire outer sect. Senior sister Lu cannot believe it, while the original Lu Qi looks ready to commit murder. That horned guy from before is absolutely seething, promising to obliterate him later. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu enters the portal to the 5th floor, completely unaware of the drama. What awaits him is a whole committee of 5 mid-stage demons, a ridiculous difficulty spike. So he just puts his hands up, telling the big shots he knows his limits, which is definitely a lie. And his brilliant strategy is to immediately get run through by a giant spear. Except he is just phasing out, telling the demons he will be back for them later. One of the monsters is absolutely livid, screaming in frustration at the missed kill, but Zhao Mu just laughs it off, promising to return once he is strong enough. Giving them a final confident smirk, he vows that day will come very soon. Back outside, a portal swirls open and our boy is unceremoniously spat out. He strikes a pose, sarcastically asking if this massive crowd is his personal welcoming committee. Before he can even bow, that horned dude Niu Ao comes flying in like a freight train. This guy lands with a thud, telling Zhao Mu he has been waiting a long time for this. But suddenly, Lu Qi and Chu Jiaorn are standing in front of him, acting as bodyguards. They warn him to run, revealing Niu Ao is the 8th-ranked prodigy of the inner sect. Zhao Mu is confused why Chu Jiaorn is helping, but she just says she has her reasons. Seeing them protect him, Niu Ao decides he has to kill this rising star before the elders arrive. He then unleashes a blast of energy, yelling that no one will stop his revenge. Unfazed, Zhao Mu just cracks his knuckles, announcing his warm-up is officially over. He then charges forward, activating his human emperor bloodline to meet the punch. Their fists collide in a massive golden explosion that sends a shockwave everywhere. This crowd is blown back, completely stunned he can match a core formation peak master. Niu Ao's face drops as he finally recognizes the legendary human emperor bloodline. With their fists locked, Zhao Mu taunts that in a contest of strength, Niu Ao might not win. Niu Ao is officially done playing, wondering how this brat has so many tricks up his sleeve. He summons a massive golden sword of pure energy, ready to end this fight for good. In the background, Lu Qi and Chu Jioran are freaking out, screaming for Zhao Mu to run. Niu Ao gets real smug, telling our boy it is an honor to be vaporized by his attack. But Zhao Mu just stands his ground, ready to meet this ultimate move head-on. A fiery dragon erupts from his hand, completely stopping the sword in its tracks. Niu Ao is stunned, recognizing the sword intent as belonging to some other master. So Zhao Mu decides to even the odds, fully unleashing his human emperor bloodline. He grits his teeth and pours every last ounce of power into his counterattack. Their clash results in a cataclysmic explosion that rocks the entire area. As the shockwave hits, Lu Qi tries to rush in, but Chu Jioran holds her back. Chu Jioran grimly concludes he is dead. No one survives a nascent soul-level attack. Niu Ao stands in the aftermath, gloating about what happens when you mess with your betters. Lu Qi just stares in absolute horror, completely speechless at the destruction. Then a cough echoes from the smoke, and suddenly everyone looks very confused. Through the dust, a bloody smile appears as Zhao Mu mocks the powerful sword intent. He is still standing, shirt shredded and bruised, but dismissing the attack as unimpressive. Niu Ao cannot believe his eyes, while Lu Qi is just ecstatic he is actually alive. Calling him a spent arrow, Niu Ao charges in to deliver the final blow himself. But Lu Qi is not having it, jumping in with her own sword to block his path. Niu Ao is having none of it, literally swatting Lu Qi out of the way to get to his target. He goes for the finishing blow on Zhao Mu, who is too spent to even lift a finger. But a massive pillar of purple energy slams Niu Ao into the ground out of nowhere. Pinned down and furious, he roars, demanding to know who dares to interfere with him. A woman descends from the sky in a glorious purple aura, calmly announcing it was her. She gives him a look that could freeze hell, asking if he has an objection to her stepping in. And just like that, the big bad bull man is on his knees, stammering apologies to the lady Saintess. She lands as the entire crowd watches this top-tier prodigy grovel like a common disciple. Turning to a now glowing Zhao Mu, she admits he has certainly made an impression on her. She praises his historic achievement, but our boy just plays it off as a simple fluke. Then she drops the ultimate offer, asking if he is willing to become her personal disciple. Before he can even answer, a new massive red presence fills the sky, announcing another arrival. 3 old masters fly in on magic artifacts, already arguing over who gets to claim Zhao Mu. This crowd is stunned, realizing these are the legendary human race elders of the sect. This Saintess immediately calls out the 5th elder, telling him to back off since she saw him first. Another elder, the 7th, chimes in, saying she cannot just hoard all the good students. Not to be outdone, the 3rd elder flexes his power, offering ancient techniques and armor. Everyone is just freaking out that 3 of the 4 human elders are here for one kid. Now Zhao Mu is surrounded by 4 of the sect's most powerful figures, all making their pitches. So he gives them a sly grin and asks the million-dollar question, why not just take them all? These 3 elders are just dead silent, processing this kid's absolutely insane request. With a smug little grin, the Saintess says she is fine with it, putting all the pressure back on them. Immediately, the old guys start bickering that their arts require total focus, not some part-time hobby. So Zhao Mu proposes a test. Give him 3 days with each of them to prove he is just that good. This just leaves the masters speechless again, as the kid basically calls their bluff. Finding the whole thing hilarious, the Saintess just agrees to his terms, settling the matter for everyone. She then announces she is taking the still kneeling Niu Ao away for some disciplinary action. Watching her go, Zhao Mu actually thinks she is a pretty decent person after all. He even tries to flirt, offering his help later, which gets a flustered reaction from the Saintess. But the array elder just yeets him away with a magic sash, yelling it is time for his training to start. While being dragged off, Zhao Mu shouts a warning to Lu Qi about some guy named Long Tian Xiang. This crowd watches him get abducted for his special training, but one guy in particular is not happy. This dude starts sweating bullets, clearly the guy Zhao Mu just called out in front of everybody. And he is absolutely livid, realizing that with Zhao Mu's new status, his own days in the sect are numbered.